Season 6 of
Oh,
the Dragon
I'm not gonna lie.
premieres July 26th.
I'm actually like
Now for the Dragon Prince.
not mad at how it looks. What's going on, you guys? James here with some real news and a trailer breakdown. Yes, you heard me correctly, Dragon Prince fans. We're breaking down a teaser trailer, not just for Season 6, but for the new mobile game, The Dragon Prince Xadia, that's being developed by Netflix and will be coming out in July. Now, we'll get into some of the news, of course, and my reaction to the trailer, but I know what you're sticking around for. You're sticking around for my breakdown. So yes, we're getting into the brand new scenes and some of my theories, so hit the big red button below if you haven't already subscribed, because if you like the Dragon Prince, we're having more of this content, not just this week, but next week and all the weeks to come, and even into Season 6 and beyond. And trust me, get subscribed, tap on that bell, because there's going to be some special videos coming that you're not going to want to miss out. And hey, get loud in the comments below and let me know which scene was your favorite, because I have a couple, right? And I can't wait to get into this and talk more about the teaser trailer. But before that, let's get into the news. Now, we first heard about the Dragon Prince Xadia back in November, I believe, of last year during Netflix's Geeked Weekend. And we got a brand new trailer, well, a teaser trailer released on Friday, this past Friday on YouTube. It's only a minute long and it's actually kind of cool. Listen, I'm not a gamer anymore, okay? I don't even play video games. I can't remember the last time I played a video game, but I still am intrigued by expanding the lore, and, well, the Dragon Prince Xadia is technically canon. According to Netflix's Tudum website, and I quote, "The ambitious title spins an all-new, action-packed canon tale that meaningfully expands on the existing narrative, evolving the characters and world established in the series." Now, the game is also free to play and will release on July 30th, 4 days after Season 6 premieres on Netflix. Now, I did find it kind of weird because when I went into the App Store and I pre-registered for the Dragon Prince Xadia, it said July 31st. So I'm wondering if the article is wrong or maybe if the App Store is wrong, but it's coming out not too long after, of course, Season 6 premieres on July 26th. So I'm excited. Well, I'm cautiously optimistic about the game because, well, it doesn't look anything great to me. It's a mobile game. Mobile games are usually limited and are hidden behind some, it's a free-to-play game, but might be hidden behind some paid features. I also think that, well, let's just say it's Netflix developing the game. They don't have a track record, a good one, or any track record at all of developing a quality game. So I'm a little reserved, right? But it's the Dragon Prince, and I'm playing it. I'm going to give it a shot, and we might even play it here on the channel. Who knows? But they did release a teaser trailer that included a mix of in-game action and some new scenes from Season 6. Y'all thought you were slick, but no. Your boy caught onto it. So let's go ahead and watch this teaser trailer together, and let's go ahead and break it down, all right? Because I cannot wait. So let's just get started.
Battle for Xadia calls like
see?
never before.
Oh, I love him.
We have
Raven.
to make sure that Ehasz never gets out.
Yeah,
The
can't get
fate of
out.
The entire world is at stake.
Dude, the animation looks so good.
How can we destroy it?
Oh, Ezra.
Ka-chop! We could get creative.
And a
Good
new
job.
mobile
Good ching.
game. Immerse yourself in new
The game looks kind of pretty.
Xadia.
Ehasz.
Play as your favorite heroes.
Kareem is not a hero, but whatever.
Explore the beyond.
Transforms the border? Oh, wow.
And
The
team
far
up with
reaches,
friends to fight forces of evil.
Oh, so it's like co-op. Yeah,
See
okay.
it.
Oh, the ship.
Play it.
That's a new spell.
Season 6
Oh,
of the Dragon
I'm not gonna lie.
Prince premieres July 26th.
I'm actually, like,
now for the Dragon Prince Xadia,
not mad at how it
releasing
looks.
July 30th.
You know what? I'm kind of in on the game a bit now, right? I mean, it's still leaving a little bit to be desired when it comes to the story itself. We don't know how that's gonna play out, but I'm in. It's got my interest. Alrighty, you guys, so now it's time to break down this teaser trailer, because even though it was only 1 minute long, there were a lot of new Season 6 scenes. And we're going to start right at the top with none other than Oralum. I love them. So Rayla and Callum seem to be leaving Catullus at the beginning of this teaser trailer. They're on a shadow paw, as you can see, which is most likely the same exact shadow paw as we saw in the Season 6 release date trailer, and we saw them venturing into what I believe is the Star Scraper. Now, in the following scene in this most recent teaser trailer, we see Raylan looking a little worried. I don't know, they're still inside Catullus, so did they stop and get off and contemplate, should we go on with this journey? Or is this scene just out of order chronologically? So I have to imagine it's the same exact scene, but maybe there's a little bit of worry with both Raylan and Callum on the adventure ahead. It's also possible that maybe this is a scene in which they share a kiss. Who knows? Only time will tell. So after this moment, we see Callum staring at Erebos' prison, and shout out to Barris, who I believe is on the right side of the screen to the left of Callum. Erebos' prison, which is this large pearl, it's sitting on top of a pillow on top of a table, which I believe of course is this council that King Ezran has established, and they're figuring out how in the world do we defeat Erebos, or how do we keep him inside this pearl and make sure no one else can get to it. I gotta imagine Callum is at the forefront of this decision, but King Ezran, my guy, you better step up if Callum starts to go and veer off and get vengeful rather than actually make a calculated decision for the betterment of both Xadia and the human kingdoms. And then in the following scenes, we hear King Ezran and Rayla speak. During the moment where we do see Erebos' prison, we then see Erebos crying, but it's King Ezran's voice narrating over both of those moments. We hear King Ezran say,
"We have to make sure that Erebos never gets out."
and then Rayla follows up by saying this.
The fate of the entire world is at stake.
Rayla is saying this to whom I presume is Callum as they head up this elevator structure to get to the top of the Star Scraper. But Rayla is saying the fate of the entire world is at stake. It's almost like she's not convincing herself. She's trying to reframe this for Callum. Maybe Callum said something kind of out of pocket, or maybe he said something a little crazy like, Rayla, I don't care about getting the Nova Blade, right? I just want the Quasar Diamonds to free your parents. And then Rayla's like, alright homie, listen, I know I love you too, right? But the entire fate of the world's at stake if we don't kill Erebos. So I can see that kind of conversation happening. And you're probably wondering, how do you know that Callum and Rayla are taking this magical elevator to the top of the Star Scraper? Well, we see a wide shot of the Star Scraper in the previous teaser trailer, so it's all starting to make sense. This is where they're going. And then we see Zim, finally, our little boy growing up into a young man. And Zim is flying towards a group of soldiers that seem to be detaining two prisoners. Now, from this wider angle shot, we don't know who they are, but then we get a little bit closer and can identify them. We also hear Rayla say something. I believe she says this.
How can we destroy it?
And then we see Zim about to use lightning, and I think this is what's going to free these prisoners. But now let's take a deeper look into this campsite because I have a lot of notes and a lot of thoughts. Let's start right with this. The insignia at the top of the tent is of Sol Regum and it's his horns. And that's interesting. So not only do I believe this is Kareem's army, we basically get that confirmed when the trailer cuts quickly to a moment where King Ezran is escaping and look, Corvus is still there. So King Ezran is like, whew, I'm gonna gun it. But Corvus is still detained. I imagine he'll escape too, maybe. If not, then he's the one who's being held as collateral damage, who knows. But the Sunfire Elf in charge here is clearly Kareem's partner, Miyana, and this was all the proof you needed, hopefully, to tell you that this is Kareem's doing. The defected Sunfire Elves are really trying to stir things up. You don't just take the King of Catullus hostage and you don't face consequences. He's gonna face consequences. But y'all, it seems like someone else in the background may have faced some consequences themselves, because if you look even closer, I think this is a coffin next to a carriage. So who died? I know the internet is saying Soren. You guys are nuts. It's not Soren. Are you kidding? This is a diversion. They're subverting expectations. I can see it maybe being a soldier in Kareem's army that was along for this ride, maybe? Or maybe it's Kareem. Nah. And yes, if you needed even more confirmation that Sol Regum's likeness is being used for Kareem's army, take a look at the artwork on this large scroll in front of the tent. Yup, That's Soul Regum, alright. And speaking of dragons, let's stay on that because in the following scene we get another look at what appears to be this ice dragon that Rayla was fighting in the previous teaser trailer. Now, if it is, of course, an ice dragon, I wonder, did they awaken this thing? And if so, is this a separate ice dragon that Rayla was fighting? If not, then it's maybe the same one before it's possessed, because if you notice, this ice dragon in this shot doesn't have its purple eyes, similar to what we saw in the previous teaser trailer with Rayla flying towards this ice dragon. Then we see another look at Amaya and Janai in the following moment. Janai seems to be leading the Sunfire Elves into battle alongside Amaya, and they're riding on these cool animals that look like a hybrid lion creature. Let me know in the comments below what these things are. Maybe they're new, who knows? But they look so darn cool, and they have neat eyes and colors and everything. So you would think, okay, that's dope. But what's even more dope is that people are riding for our queen Janai, because in the next few frames we see a first glimpse at what I believe would be a large Sunfire Elf army behind Janai, and I wonder, are humans included in this army as well? We'll see in the final season, of course, or season 6. And if I have to make a guess, this is a battle between Kareem and Janai. Y'all, the Sunfire Elf army, the civil war between them. Oh man, yeah, the Sunfire Elf civil war is happening this season. And remember that Soul Regum guy we were talking about? Well, he appears in the very next scene. And after my current rewatch of The Dragon Prince, I gotta say this. Listen, I thought Soul Regum was a jerk before, but he's even more of a jerk now than he was before. The more you watch The Dragon Prince again and again, the more you realize Soul Regum was a huge instigator. Is it right that the humans use dark magic? Probably not, but Soul Regum made it so it was impossible for the humans to survive. So there is this weird dichotomy, right, that we're dealing with here, but for the most part, Soul Regum, he's not nice. So moving on, you guys, we then revisit the scene where Callum is meeting with the king and leaders of Catullus. Callum is really funny here because he says this:
Ka-chop! We could get creative.
Now this is definitely a callback to season 2 where Callum is devising a plan with Rayla, with Ava, Ellis, Ez, Bait, and Zim, where they're trying to figure out how to defeat these nasty shadow monsters. What was it? Whip, whoosh, bang, zap, something like that, right? So it was pretty cool. And also, I don't know if it was a shadow monster. I just remember it being like a centipede or something like that. Nasty old thing. But in this current frame, we do see Callum next to Barris, of course, Rayla, King Ezrin, Soren, Hat, which is one of the Baitlings, of course, on top of Soren's head, and Opeli is in the foreground of the shot. And I just gotta say this, y'all. Opeli is a G, and she's not playing games, so I'm glad she's gonna hopefully have more of a role here in season 6. But interesting to see, this is King Ezrin's council. These are the leaders he considers a part of the decision-making process, and you know what, good for them, they deserve to be there, except for Hat. Hat doesn't have that much experience yet. Now the following shots are of the mobile game Dragon Prince Xadia, but we see a very quick shot of Erebos from season 6 that's thrown into the mix. He's holding what looks to be his Pearl Prison, and now I'm thinking, is this a dream or is this reality? Because if it's reality, he's out and he's most likely destroying that prison so he can never be put back into it again, and that spells trouble for everyone. Shortly after that, we see the same shot of Janai burning what looks to be the roots to a tree, and we already saw this same shot in a recent teaser trailer. But it must be important enough to be used again. So which tree is she destroying? Are the sun seeds just going away forever? Now this next moment made my ears perk up and my eyes open wide because we see Raylan aboard a burning ship. And they're not alone because they have Stella and Sneasels with them too. So it seems like the Baitlings are joining the gang for all these adventures until one of them gets hurt. No, they're cute, don't hurt them. In the same shot though, we do see Callum's Sky Staff, which is neat. It's in this moment in this room. And of course, if you need a refresher, that was passed down to him from Ibis, who was killed by Terry. We can also tell this is happening at nighttime though, guys, because of this crack in one of the ceilings of the ship. We see a starry night sky. So this is going to be a very interesting nighttime adventure. But then we hear Callum casting a brand new spell.
Sagata Venti!
Now, I've never heard of it before, but I'm guessing it's Aspero on steroids. If I had to pronounce it, it's Sagata Venji seems to be the name of this new sky spell, and maybe it is just going to be a more powerful Aspero type of spell. Because they gotta put that fire out, and let me tell you, it's not gonna work just by blowing. Please, go away, fire. No, that ain't gonna work, guys. I'm glad Callum's there because it could be the one person, he could be the one person that saves all of them. And then we get the title card with the release date for Season 6, the glorious release date, July 26th, for the Dragon Prince Season 6, The Mystery of Ehasz. Oh my gosh, you guys. This was just such a pleasant surprise this past weekend, and I'm so glad we have something new to talk about today. And I ain't gonna lie, that's not gonna be the only new thing we're talking about this week. We're either gonna get a new poster, we're gonna get maybe some new first look images, but I think next week or the week after we're getting our final official trailer. Because listen guys, we've only gotten a teaser trailer, we've gotten a teaser trailer for the release date announcement, now we have a teaser trailer for the mobile game with Season 6 scenes. I don't see any official trailers in that mix, and I know one's coming. It has to happen. So guys, let me know down below in the comments what you thought of this teaser trailer for the Xadia mobile game with these new Season 6 scenes, and hit the big red button below. Subscribe to the channel, help your boy get to that 30,000 subscriber mark. And listen, I'm so thankful for your support, so I appreciate you guys telling everyone about the channel. And yes, I cannot wait to continue building up the hype getting into July for Season 6 of the Dragon Prince. Alrighty y'all, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get to work on more content for you guys. And again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you at the next screening.